Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. Today we are breaking down a massive strategic maneuver coming straight from the Economic Times Pharma desk. It's a really fascinating deal, so let's just jump right in. Okay, let's dive into this. When we ask a broad question like, what's the latest in pharma? It's super tempting to immediately picture billion-dollar pipeline discoveries happening in some top-secret lab somewhere, right? But for those of us following the industry closely, you know that the actual market-moving shifts, they frequently come down to corporate consolidation. It's really all about how heavyweights lock down their internal operations so they can bring those lab discoveries to market faster and, honestly, a whole lot more efficiently. And that brings us directly to the core headline we're analyzing today. Emcure to acquire the remaining stake in its biopharma arm, Gennova, for 232 crore. Now, it's just a single sentence, but wow, it carries immense strategic weight. We're going to unpack exactly what's happening beneath the surface here, the power dynamics between these entities, and the financial reality driving this deal. Section 1. The Corporate Anatomy. And this brilliantly illustrates the dynamic at play. Emcure is stepping in as the acquirer, they're the parent company driving the transaction. But the target here, Gennova, they aren't some outside rival that Emcure's trying to swallow up to crush the competition. Not at all. Gennova is explicitly identified as Emcure's own biopharma arm. They already have this foundational, operational relationship. So this isn't about entering a brand new market space. It's a critical internal consolidation. Emcure is basically taking their specialized, in-house biotechnology talent and bringing it under total lockdown and absolute control.
Section 2. Visualizing the stake.
Since Emcure already governs this biopharma arm, acquiring that remaining stake is a definitive power move. They aren't just making a preliminary investment or, testing the waters with a minority share. Absolutely not. This is about cleaning up the cap table. They're executing a strategic maneuver to absorb those final outstanding shares and literally remove any remaining minority friction from the equation. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it completely shifts the decision-making dynamic. Emcure was already sitting at the head of the table, holding the vast majority of ownership. But by sweeping up that final slice of equity, they completely closed the loop. We're talking no more minority shareholders, no more divided equity, and definitely no more split consensus when pivoting on those crucial research and development decisions. It's a decisive play for 100%, absolute operational alignment across their entire pipeline. Section 3. The Financial Reveal. We established the transaction value upfront at 232 crore. So the crucial point is, it isn't just about the number itself, but what that specific capital allocation actually represents for the business. This is a highly calculated financial commitment, deployed for the sole purpose of securing unquestioned operational dominance. Emcure's leadership evaluated those outstanding shares, assessed the long-term compounding value of having total sovereignty over Gennova's biotechnology assets, and they determined that 232 crore was the exact metric required to guarantee certainty. It takes this strategic ambition of full integration and transforms it into a hard-executed financial reality. Basically, it ensures that all future biotech upside belongs solely to the parent company. Section 4. The Final Takeaway. Let's move to and see how this builds up to our rapid-fire summary. Let's lock in the core data points driving this maneuver with a quick recap. First, Emcure acts as the primary acquirer. Second, the target is their in-house entity, Gennova. Third, the execution is sweeping up the remaining stake for 100% control. And finally, the capital deployed to finalize the consolidation is exactly 232 crore. Boom. 4 fast facts that perfectly outline a major structural shift in the sector. Which leaves us with this final, truly provocative thought. How will total ownership of Gennova impact Emcure's biopharma strategy moving forward? With the structural barriers to complete integration now entirely out of the way, this absolute control has the potential to aggressively accelerate their research, completely streamline market development, and optimize their capital allocation without any outside interference. It's a total game changer. We're definitely going to have to see how this internal consolidation reshapes their competitive edge. Thank you so much for joining me for today's Explainer, and I will catch you next time.